Butterball fresh, never frozen turkey breast. They are absolutely excellent and way less wasteful than a whole turkey, where a lot of people just don't eat a whole turkey. But we're going to do a test tonight, a side-by-side comparison using the steam fryer and pressure cooker from Ninja. And I have two of them, and one of them smart and one of them isn't. In other words, one has a thermometer and one doesn't. And we're going to steam crisp one of them and air fry the other side by side using the same method I did right here about a year ago with a boneless turkey breast. These are bone in. And what I did there was my Ttrkey Sachet's injection and seasoning on top of them. And like I said, we're going to steam crisp one, air fry one. I'm going to get all this ready. I'm going to get all the stuff I do right here, which is melt 1 stick of butter in this entire container. Then I'll divide that up and inject both of those breasts and cover them with this right here. And when I come back, that's going to be done. And we're going to get these started and see how long it takes and just kind of get an idea of whether the steam crisp is worth doing. Let's do it. All right, right here are the two turkey breasts. They are almost identical. One is 5.56 and one is 5.55. So, and right here's the whole lowdown on them. It's they're fresh, all natural, whole turkey breast with ribs and back portion, and contains 8% of solution. Now, that's about as low as you can get nowadays. I mean, I'd rather have the lower the better. I'll leave it at that. And fresh ones are usually best for that, especially if you're going to inject or brine. But just to cut to the chase right quick, I'm fixing to dump this in there and this 1 stick, and I'm using unsalted butter tonight. If you got salted, it doesn't matter. It just kind of controls the salt, but I've never had a problem, and I've used salted many, many times. We're going to shake this on top of them before they go in the fryer. In other words, when I come back, when you see them, all that's going to be injected and covered, and we're going to get it started. See y'all in a minute. Okay, so I did want to kind of show you my method and what I use. I put them in a container like this so I catch all the runoff. And you can kind of use that runoff to rub it around to make your seasoning stick, which I'm going to use same thing, just his Creole seasoning on the outside. Now I'm going to cook it bone side down and breast side up, and I'm not going to flip it. So I'm going to get this right here seasoned up a little bit. It's a little bit for looks. Nobody's going to probably even see that, but I do it anyhow. And then maybe I'll brush a little bit of what's left in there, which I used almost that entire bottle. I mean, you can see there's very little left because that's 10 pounds. Well, it's actually 11 pounds between the both of them. And that's a lot of turkey meat. So I injected all of it in there. And like I said, I'm about to flip those over, maybe rub them down with a little bit of the butter stuff I got there. And then I'm going to coat them a little bit. We're going to get them in here, get it set up, and start this cook. Be back. Okay, one thing I did forget to mention was that they left, I did cut this off, which was neck bone, and they left that on those turkeys, and I cut them off. I didn't feel like no one would eat them for sure, and they just kind of keep it from setting up and hopefully going to look really good with that right there. So here's what I do. I brush it with that, and I'm going to get it coated up a little bit. And then I'm going to sprinkle the Sachet's Creole on it. And here we go, just like this. And I may touch it up again once it's in that pot. But right now, just to give you an idea, there's about what I'm going to do. Not a lot more than that. It just kind of gives it some color. And it seems to work. Now, we're learning together. I'm doing 350 on both of these. And again, we're going to do steam crisp with a thermometer on this one, and just air fry on that one. But maybe we'll learn something. Be back. Okay, so as I said, we learned together, and I should have knew better. I put this in, not thinking, I put it in both of them. You can see it has a fairly high setup on the bottom. Well, this is what's supposed to go in between there for your second level. Well, it's made to go in your pan, not, well, like this side down and that right there down, and it fits the pot perfect. And it lowers the turkey considerably. I probably should have showed it to you, but with it on here, it was very close to that element, and I did not want that. So anyhow, I got the thermometer in this one. I got to get the water in there because that's a steaming crisp. And I got to get that one in there, and I got to redress that one. You can see I messed it up, but I'm going to fix it. All right, I said as you can see, but you really couldn't. I look back on that. So I raised the camera, and you can see how low it's sitting and how I put them both in there and how that one kind of got, the coating kind of got messed up from where I did all that moving it in and out. I'm going to use 2 cups of water. Now, I read in their thing where like a 5 to 7 pound chicken, they want 1 cup of water. Well, I don't care if water's in there in the end. I don't think it's going to hurt. So 2 cups is what I'm putting in. They also wanted like, I don't remember, 375 or something. I'm going to cook this at 350. That's what I did the last turkey breast I did. Now, again, their instructions are for a chicken. So, this is a little different anyhow. So I'm doing 350 on both of them. I didn't really mean to coat that cable. And I'll say this too. I'm not going to as much be going by this. This is just a reference. I'm going to be using a Thermapen, and I suggest, of course, like I always say, that you use some type of internal read thermometer. Of course, you want 165 on turkey, but that's it. That's after it's rested and all that. As long as you get 165, you're good. So let's see. I think I will make sure that I didn't pinch that cable. I didn't. I'm going to turn that one on. Close this one, turn that one on. This one is set to air fry. This one is set to steam and crisp. And I'm going to lower the temp to 350. And right there it is. And I'm going to go as high as it'll go on time, which maybe not as high. We'll say an hour and a half. It might take longer than that. But on air fry, that one I think will only go to an hour. So we're going to set this one to 1 hour, and I think I got to press it, or it's going to, I think I got to start it, or it's going to time out on me. So I'm going to go ahead and start it. I've got it vented. This one, we're going to go air fry. It's set to air fry, assuming you can see what I'm seeing. I'm going to move that to 350. I'm going to take this as high as it'll go. Again, I think it's 1 hour. It is. Going to hit start. I'm going to get my timer running right here, but you don't have to see all of this. But either way, let's see. That might take me a minute, but I'll have it started shortly, and we'll know what it's going to take. So there it is, stopwatch timer, and I'm going to reset it. And I thought I was. Now I go through all of this and hit start. So, I don't know if we need that, but it's there for just reference. Now you know, and I'll be back. All right, you can see we're barely started, but I forgot to set this up. So, I've got it set to manual, and its target temp is 165. So, that's, I just forgot to set it before I pressed the thing, but we're 3 minutes in, so that's what it's looking for. It'll shut off at that moment, but anyhow. Okay, so this one told me to shake it a few minutes ago. Of course, I didn't. Well, let's take a look because we're at 89 or 90 degrees on that one. And just because, well, I just want to. So we're going to take a look right quick. Ooh, and it is browning up. That's the first time it's been opened. There's what it looks like. Let's see what kind of temps we got for the fun of it. We're nowhere near. I see 100. That's all I need to know. I'm going to close it back. And I don't know if you could, I wasn't looking, so I don't know you could see that. But I saw 100 degrees on here, so I'm going to let it run and see y'all in a little bit. Okay, so it's been about 20 minutes since we've looked at that one, and that one obviously is at 135 roughly. We'll double check with this. But I'm going to take a look at this one again just to make sure we're not doing anything wrong. And it is getting a little brown on top, and I think it's dripping. I think that's where it's dripping or something from that element. But anyhow, here we go with temp, and hopefully you'll be able to see it this time. See there, that's why I wanted to check. We're 137, 136. So, like I said, I want about 150 at least. 155 or so before we call it done. But right now, we're pretty close to that one. So maybe we can use that one to track with. So I'll probably be adding time, but anyhow. Okay, and just to keep me from forgetting it and all, I'm going to go ahead and add some time because we're at 2 minutes and I'm assuming we're around 140 and here also, so I'll just add another, I don't know, it doesn't matter because I'm going to be watching with Tim, so we'll add 15 minutes and that should take off, and it did. So we'll watch this one over here on with the steam fry and see how it goes. Okay, just total honesty, I'm afraid this one's cooking a little faster than that one, but I don't have any way of knowing except this, so let's see. And let's get the camera over here, go ahead and get it all set up where you can see the, hopefully everything. We'll go in this side of the breast this time. And you know what? I'm really close to calling that one good, 158. As a matter of fact, I'm not closing that again. You can see it looks good. I think it'll make 165. I feel I'm fine with that temp. Now, you know, you decide your own for yourself. Now I may close it. I think I will. And then I'm going to, if I can pause it, I don't think I can. I think I have to stop it. But anyhow, 1 hour and 5 minutes got us to what I think, 157, 158, I think it was, I don't remember. I think it's a close enough temp to 165 for carryover. So there it goes. I'm turning it off. I am going to leave the lid down, and I'm going to walk around this way where I won't kick that camera, and we're going to take a look at this one because it's saying 156. And let's just see what the, let's take a look at it first. And this is a little trickier than it sounds. But here we go. I'm going to open it. And it does look totally different. And it kind of rolled over to the side. But it don't look bad. There's no doubt. We'll know in a minute when we get them out on a plate. But I'm going to stab this one right here and see what we got. Yeah, we're a little low on this one. Well, maybe not. Let's see, I did see 148 at one moment, but maybe not. And I hope you can see that reading, but 152, I'm gonna let it go just a minute longer. We'll let that run to say 160, because that's in a different place on it. I don't want it to go past, well, you'd have to decide on your own, but after about 155, carryover is going to take it to what I think. So I'm going to let it go to say 160 here. Then I'm going to do the same thing, turn it off. But I'll be right back. All right, well, 159. And there goes 160. So I'm about to turn this one off. I'm just going to cut it all the way off. We've already saw it, so I'm going to pull this one out first and get it on the plate. I'll let that one rest just a minute in the pan. Walk around this way again because my tripod legs are kind of hanging out. I got a different tripod, so anyhow, here we go. I'm going to raise this one, and this one's going to come out right now. Uh-oh, I got everything I don't want, and I'm having to make it come out of there because there we go. It just took me a minute. So you can see it looks good. There's no doubt. There is nothing wrong with that at all. And well, we've already hit stop. I'll just close the lid. And I'm going to have to work on that tripod because I can't even get between there without kicking it. So y'all bear with me. And I'm going to look at the temp one more time on this one just to be safe, because I like to be safe. I do. And we got somewhere around, yeah, we're definitely good. 160. So I'm going to, I'll just remove it right here and take my word, that is fairly hot. So I'm going to take that out right there and lift that turkey breast out of there. And I'll show you a few things about it. In fact, we'll turn them the same way where you can see them. Both of them look excellent. We'll see how they taste. Just for the record, there's what's left in there. You could probably do something like gravy with that. Both of those turkey breasts look good though. So I could get that to turn around there without, if I could get it to lay. That's what it did. It laid over. I would have rather it done like that one. And that's something you might think about when you're cooking yours, to kind of spread it a little bit better, where and maybe even line it with these things. It's my first time. And that's what I would do next time, was make sure I got it set to where it wouldn't try and turn on its side like that. But there's nothing wrong with it, by no means. It looks fantastic. We'll let it rest a little while, and we're going to cut into it. Be back. All right, I'm trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to do this. There they are, though they look excellent. They've been out of there about, I think, 7 or 8 minutes. We're going to take a temp read because we can. And you can see that there's well, let's do that first. You can see there's a little bit of difference between the outside texture. That one, you can see. That's the steam, of course. And then there's the air fry. They both look excellent. I hate that I let that one lay over on its side, but you can see it looks good. I'm going to go ahead and remove this. But there's nothing wrong with either one of them. And the only thing that we got to know is, if one tastes better than the other. Now, whoops. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut. I'm just going to do it. Instead of trying to fix it, I'm going to do this. Because a lot of this is going to be eaten tomorrow. But this one did do better because it stood up better, and it bothers me. But hey, it is what it is. And we're going to let those lay just a minute because they're very hot. And I'm just going to tell you this right here. And I say it in every video I do with a turkey breast. You'll not beat this. This is, if you ask me, I'll put it up against any meal I have with some of this right here. Can you see that? Yeah, loaf of bread. Just plain white loaf of bread with your mayonnaise of your choice, salt and pepper, and maybe some lettuce, but I never put lettuce. That right there is excellent. So I'm going to let that cool down just a touch. In fact, no, I'm not. I'm going to eat it. So, very, very good. And for the comparison, very, very good also. I'm going to finish chewing this up. I'll be right back. I'm going to put some on a loaf bread and show you how I ate it. They're very close to identical. I'm going to taste it around a little bit and let you know a little bit more, but they both look great, and I think they are, so I'll be back. All right, I've tasted them both side by side, just one right after the other. Pretty much no difference, and both of them excellent. Now here is how I eat it. You see that mayonnaise on there, and salt and pepper, and white loaf bread. Now I've even got this, and I considered it for my pictures of putting some lettuce on there. Now it would look a lot better, but I'm gonna tell you something. That right there is the best sandwich that I'll put up against a T-bone steak. It is that good. And those turkey breasts are, well, I'm lost for words. You can cut sandwiches off of there. And, or if you want to do turkey and gravy, you could, but let me tell you something. Try sandwiches, see what you think. They work excellent. And then, you also can do stuff like, I said it in my last video, like a chicken salad, except you use this. If you were to get tired of eating this, but if you got enough people, you won't have to worry about that. It'll be gone. But anyhow, I'm not going to try and take a bite of that. I've already ate a lot of that. It's excellent. It's just like I've said 15 times, just excellent. And I promise you, if you try it, you'll love it. That Tony Chachere's works excellent on a turkey breast. And obviously these right here both did within 2 or 3 minutes of each other. They did fantastic jobs. Both of them did. So, and this is, let me say this too. This is, what I did here was no different than any air fryer you got. You may adjust the time a little bit, but if it'll fit in there, it'll do that. So, try it. That's all I can say. I'll leave it at that. Hey. All right, I interrupted this video right quick because I wanted to tell something. And it is what we found out today. After it had been in the refrigerator overnight, today at lunch, me and baby doll 007, she came down. I wanted her to taste and see if she could tell any difference between the steam crisp and the air fried, and just to see what we thought. Well, we were going to cut some off, heat it up, and make sandwiches. Well, to our surprise, I sliced it like this, and we both ate off both of them. And honestly, both of them are excellent. We could not tell, or we didn't decide one was better than the other. The thing we decided was it is some of the best turkey we've ever ate. And I think it has to do with that Tony Chachere's injection, the injected marinade. This turkey, when you slice it like this, we didn't even heat it. We ate it just like this. Now, tomorrow, we didn't eat much because we were going out with family tonight, so we didn't eat a lot. We're just kind of tasting it. But tomorrow, it's getting maybe some of this Gruyere and some Chicago Italian bread and just whatever. But my point is, it's as good the second day, if not better. Well, it was excellent both days. My point is, though, that cold turkey, yeah, just cold turkey, shockingly is really, really good. And I think you'll think so too if you try it. So anyhow, back to where we were in the video, which is last night again. See y'all. Hey, I love y'all all. Come back to see me, and y'all have a good night. I'm going to eat this turkey sandwich. Bye-bye.